Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to At the Cabin with Joe. Today we actually have a project. We're on some skirting around the cabin. It is almost April and the critters and snake season is upon us, and I kind of wanted some additional insulation on the cabin, so I ended up using mobile home aluminum panels. I felt it was the best option. It's lightweight, it's easy to cut, it doesn't deteriorate like plastic or the wood, and it's easy to work with, obviously. And I'm thinking about just insulating and using some 1-inch EPS rigid foam and attaching it with some adhesive to the back of the metal panels, and that should increase the R value a little bit. Right now I'm building a frame for the access door. Access doors that they had at the mobile home supply house basically did not, they were fiberglass. One, kind of flimsy. Two, they were expensive. And three, height wise, my cabin's only about 18 inches, 19 inches average height, and that was like 24 inches. So I didn't want to have to reinvent the wheel and rebuild stuff. So I'm actually just building a panel, and I'll show you how I'm doing it. I think I got your belch on video. That's good stuff, man. All right, guys, this is the panel that I'm making for the access door under the skirting of the cabin. And you can see I'm just using L brackets. I kind of repurposed some. I was looking around trying to find the right size brackets. And sometimes you have to pull things off of other things that are kind of redundant or not as useful as what you're working on in the moment. And that's kind of something that comes along with being off grid and 30 miles away from your nearest hardware store. It's over an hour trip each, round trip to go and come back. And I didn't want to really take that time out to do that when I could be productive here working. So yeah, so just L brackets on the corners. I got some corner bracket bracing, and I'm just going to attach this. This will be the frame. This will be attached to the underpinning, the underskirt of the cabin. And then I'm going to basically mount some neodymium magnets on the corners. And I just have some scrap metal for now, just a mesh metal or perforated metal that's kind of flimsy. I might reinforce it and then just attach it to this until I can get just a piece of roofing sheet metal scrap and something a little bit heavier duty and mount that to it. So, but that should be a decent size hole. It looks like it's about 2 feet by 2 feet. So that's pretty much anyone. I know I could get through there, no problem. All right, hey guys, got the frame done. It's not pretty, but it is a doorway frame. It will serve its purpose. So I just put some corner brackets here, corner brackets up there, just an extra screw there. And you can see I drilled some holes in the bottom. This is going to be where it's going to be mounted on the ground. And I'm using these landscaping spikes, or 8-inch spikes. The same ones I'm using for the track of the bottom track of the skirting. I'm going to just basically put a stake here, and there's another one over here. And that will stake into the ground just to hold the bottom down. This piece will be mounted to where the underpinning is, and then right on the sides it'll kind of like overlap over the metal. So I'll actually get the metal underneath there and then drill the metal to this piece on the back side. So, and then the magnets will mount on the sides here, in which I could remove the access panel and put it on. In the middle, I'll probably put some type of vent. We'll figure it out. All right, so you can see here, I'm actually, I've got some ground stakes that probably aren't doing anything anymore because of the weight of the decks attached. So it's not even necessary, but it is in the way because I'm going to put the skirting here, and the skirting's going to attach to this little lip here. So this has got to come up. So I'm going to pull that up with a crowbar here, and it's not down too far, so it should come up. And we'll get started. Working on the skirting project, we're using the 16-inch wide aluminum skirting. It's kind of like your mid-grade skirting. Yeah, it works pretty good because everything kind of fits in the track, and they're already tapered at the end. So to me, it was actually cheaper to use this than to buy the materials and have to cut up all that other stuff. And plus it looks nicer. There's cover rail for the top, lots of hardware for it. And so far it's going pretty smooth. It's a very lightweight aluminum. So it cuts really nicely with a skill saw. Any blade on the skill saw doesn't have to be a metal blade. And so far it's like paper. It's cutting through it like paper. And the good thing about this aluminum stuff is it won't degrade like the plastic. Like UV won't break it down. Because after a while the vinyl skirting, the UV will break it down, and the sun just eats it up. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece. I measured. What I did is I went under the cabin. I'm starting under there first, because if my cuts aren't perfect, you're not going to see those at all. Finishing insulating these panels here with the help of my buddy Dwayne, and we just put some tape around it, seal it. I got some adhesive underneath it, foam adhesive, and that'll fit in the bottom channel and then get screwed into the wood on the top. So should add a little R value. It's not completely sealed, but it'll probably help. Just finished the corners for the skirting here. These are vinyl corners. They just kind of, you always want to leave a gap at the top, like a 1/4 inch. They just kind of, I use some rubber backed washers and just some deck screws in the side there. I had to make some wooden posts. I had some scrap wood that I ended up using, and just to put that basically to make corners so this could drill into that. The track, you just measure it from the top and bottom, and then I used 8-inch ground spikes, landscaping spikes, like every 2 feet or so on that track. I'm going to start framing this side here. I had to make the cutouts for the pipes right here, make these cutouts, and put insulation on the back. I'll set it in, and we'll see how that goes. Okay guys, I'm skirting the bottom of this back side of the cabin, almost ready to get into the access door area. And you can see here, let me flip it around. These are the panels. They're 16 inches wide. And you can see it's very hard to see. I numbered them and then did the cuts, and that these just kind of interlock, and I numbered it right on the wall there. This is 15. I'm going to hit in these. I put these holes here so I can hit in these stakes here. Kind of anchor it down to the ground a little bit. You can see I hammered that in. 3 on the bottom. There'll be a magnetic panel that'll go over that access panel. I just got to finish this section, and then we put on the nice top cover trim, and this will be done then at that point. See how this fits? This is the magnetic panel, and I'm braving the wind here. Everything that's flat as a sail. So you can see I put magnets on the sides, magnets on the bottom, and then there's metal on the back side of this. I put some paint because it's like OSB board, and it doesn't really hold up well. All right, Make sure that back is connected. Yeah, dude, that looks nice. All right, guys, look at that. It actually matches pretty good. It's a little bit off color-wise, but that's the original color of the LP Smart siding. I just had extra laying around. So you can see that the back side is done. It came out really nice. Decorative cover pieces on. Yeah. Finally got that skirting project done on the cabin. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little view. I thought it came out pretty good for a first timer like me doing it. Let me go ahead and flip it around here. So yeah, so you can see here we got the corners. I had to cut some. I'll get some covers for where I made my cuts, but yeah, the ground is extremely uneven here, and I did not want to like fully grade everything, so I just kind of followed the contour of the ground. But yeah, it came out really good, guys. Let's walk around this side. The front, I just used, I had extra 2x6s, so I just used that around the step. But I thought it came out pretty good. Plus, I didn't want to use aluminum. Skirting is kind of pricey. I didn't want to use that. There's you could see the vents in the deck here. That's the front of the deck. The side, again, some vents. You can see I continued the skirting under that back deck. And I'll put some lattice around this back deck here. All right, and this is the back side, or I should say the side that gets the most wind, south-facing side. I had to use the cover, the beauty cover on the top part. I had to do that on the top of this one because of the way it was set up and the way it lined up with the deck. So I didn't fit it under the lip of the siding, but that's okay. It still looks good. So, all right, guys, thanks for checking in, and thanks for subscribing to At the Cabin with Joe. And until next time,